Join me as I dive deep into the chilling story of the Beltway Snipers and try to piece together what really happened. Before we delve into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. In October 2002, the nation's capital was gripped with fear as a series of seemingly random shootings took place across Washington, D.C. and surrounding areas, leaving 10 people dead and 3 others injured. The perpetrators, later known as the Beltway Snipers, were able to evade capture for weeks, striking fear into the hearts of citizens who wondered when and where the next attack would occur. People were on edge, constantly looking over their shoulders and wondering if they'd be the next target. It was a time of great anxiety and uncertainty, as no one seemed to be immune to the snipers' deadly aim. The shooters appeared to be targeting people from all walks of life, with no apparent motive or connection to their victims. It was as if they were playing a twisted game of chance, and the entire region was their playground. The randomness of the attacks added to the sense of panic, as people struggled to understand why these seemingly ordinary citizens were being gunned down. Schools were closed, outdoor events were canceled, and people were advised to stay indoors, as the authorities struggled to find a lead on the perpetrators. It was a time of great turmoil, and the people of Washington, D.C. and its surrounding areas were living in fear of the unknown. As the death toll continued to rise, so did the sense of desperation, and people were clamoring for answers. How could this be happening in the nation's capital? And why were the authorities seemingly powerless to stop it? The public was demanding action, and the pressure was mounting on law enforcement to bring the perpetrators to justice. John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo were 2 names that would soon become synonymous with terror and fear. Muhammad, a 41-year-old veteran, and Malvo, his 17-year-old protege, had formed a deadly partnership driven by a twisted ideology that saw them as heroes in a twisted game of survival. The 2 men had met in Washington state, where Muhammad had taken Malvo under his wing, indoctrinating him with his own brand of hatred and intolerance. As the investigation into the shootings continued, police were following a trail of clues that would eventually lead them to the snipers. The key to their capture lay in the ballistic fingerprinting of the bullets used in the shootings, which eventually matched a rifle found in Muhammad's car. The authorities had finally got their break, and they were closing in on the perpetrators. The final showdown took place at a rest stop in Maryland, where Muhammad and Malvo were found sleeping in their car. It was a moment of great relief for the people of Washington, D.C. and its surrounding areas, as the men who had brought them so much fear and anxiety were finally behind bars. The authorities had worked tirelessly to bring the perpetrators to justice, and it was a testament to their hard work and dedication that the snipers were finally caught. The impact of the snipers' capture was felt immediately, as the region was finally able to breathe a collective sigh of relief. The people of Washington, D.C. and its surrounding areas could finally begin to rebuild and heal, as the sense of fear and anxiety that had gripped them for so long began to dissipate. In the years that followed, Muhammad was sentenced to death and executed by lethal injection, while Malvo was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The legal proceedings brought a sense of closure to the victims' families, but the impact of the snipers' crimes would be felt for years to come. As we look back on this dark chapter in American history, we're reminded of the importance of community trust and public safety. The Beltway Snipers may have been brought to justice, but their actions will never be forgotten. Share your thoughts on this case in the comments below, and be sure to check out another related video on crime and justice.